What's good, our good people? Ball talking. Dukes, Jay, follow us both on the channels, Dukes the Scoop, here on YouTube, as well as me, Primetime for College Football. We got another week of ball. We got to dive into some stuff. We've got Colorado, and I don't know what the heck that was. We'll get into that. But Shedeur got his first start, and that looked pretty good. And we're also going to jump right into a little bit of the drama in the coaching carousel. Stuff is going on. So hit the like, subscribe, and notification, and join us. So Dukes, what's good, man? How's your day starting off?
Oh, man, it's good, man. I can't complain at all, man. It's a blessing to see you today.
Hey, you know what? I'm glad that you said that because that's exactly how I feel today, too. I woke up, and I'm here.
Yep.
And I'm healthy, kind of. But the big thing is, what the heck's going on? Let's start off. Colorado took it, man. Took it to the chin. That's another L for the Buffs in a way that, man, I don't even know what to think. Like, this is what, loss number 4? This feels like the 1-11 season more than anything. And it's just, you said it when we talked about this a couple weeks ago, man, there's way too much talent for them to be performing like this. It's like, how you feeling? What you thinking about this, man? Now that the dust has settled.
I think they got a lot of athletes and maybe not a lot of football players. And when I say football players, I mean football players that understand how to play together as a team. And some of these athletes if you're not on the same page, if you're not in sync, if you're not in tune, and your athleticism may show in certain situations, but the football part of it won't show like on the same sheet of music. It's like having a band full of people that want to play solos.
Yeah.
Well, the music, if everybody's playing off a different sheet of music, it's gonna sound horrible. So even if you may have the most talented guys, the most talented saxophone, the most talented trumpet, but if they aren't playing on the same sheet of music, it's gonna sound like trash. And I think that's how I would describe Colorado this year. It's like you got a bunch of talented musicians that aren't playing on the same sheet of music. Now, Is it up to the band director, quote unquote, to make sure that they are all playing on the same sheet of music? I think Coach Prime is taking it that way. I think he's saying, you know what, this is on me. But he's going to be sure that he prints out every sheet of music. And I think he's going to evaluate his program with the fine-tooth comb. And I believe you're going to see sweeping changes in Colorado from personnel to front office staff to coaching. Like, I think there's going to be a lot of changes because you just can't justify something didn't work. We can speak past tense now. This season over. You got one more game to salvage something, but something did not work. And I think that's just
to
where
not
you
end
are.
up worse than your first year there, which was 4-8. You got to at least equal it, right?
Yeah, you should. And yeah, I mean, even the 4-8 season, you brought some veteran guys who understood what you wanted. It took them a year to get it right, and it took them a year to get some help. But you had veteran guys who understood what you wanted. Your quarterback was a vet. You had the Heisman candidate a year early. You had, you had a lot of guys. Cam Craig was still there. You still had Shedeur Sanders. You still had guys who knew the expectation and what it was. You add in guys, you add in pros. Like Cam Craig played in the pro game. PJ Green is a pro.
Yeah.
LeJontay Wester, pro. Jimmy Horn, pro. Shiloh, pro. Shedeur, starter.
Pro. Yeah.
As a pro. I mean, Travis Hunter, like that's a lot of pros to lose and not think there would be some type of regression. So I don't think Coach Prime was wrong when he was saying this team was more talented, but I don't think this team had more football players. And I definitely don't think this team had more leaders. So now as you got a young London Merritt, a young Alex McPherson, a young Julian Lewis, these are some cornerstones that you can build around, and these guys are growing up in the culture. From the time Julian Lewis was 17, midway through being 17, he was working out in a college program, and all he knows is the work ethic that it takes at Colorado, and he saw it from the bottom up. So what do you think he's going to preach to his teammates next year? So there is some silver lining, but it's a very dark cloud as well.
It is, man. It's watching them play. It's the fight that starts at the beginning of the game. You're like, okay, I'm seeing something, and then as the game progresses, it's like what was it at the half? Going into the third quarter, Colorado takes the lead, and you're like, okay, they're actually fighting. It's 10-7 at the half. The defense is showing up, but then the second half is like the defense forgets how to play ball. It's like the play calling either gets repetitive and somebody steals the signs or something. Like I mean, not saying they are, but I'm just saying it's like they're like tapped into the headset and know what's going to happen,
Right.
and then nobody's hitting the angles right. Like, yeah, it's like the technique isn't there. I like that point. There's a lot of good athletes on this team, but there's not really any football players. It doesn't feel like it, at least. They don't feel like they have the technique that's needed in order to be successful long term. Struggle is real, man. The roster, they've got some ball players, but they cannot get it going. And then, the offensive line's falling apart now. The offensive line that was looking good in protection before, it was there, but dog,
injuries don't hurt. And injuries did you no favors this year.
None.
Across the board, injuries did you no favors. And also, I think it was really interesting that you mentioned signal stealing, which is a very real thing. Your signals are so important to what you do, because I heard a SEC defensive coordinator too last year talking about Lane Kiffin. They both played Ole Miss, and they said we knew when he had us because there was nothing we could do. When they get your signals for your coverage shell, Ole Miss is deadly, and they do a really good job of deciphering. Teams do that. So if maybe that's something that Coach Prime looks into the signals of the operation, because it seems like the tunnel or the bubble screen didn't work all year round, all year long. There was a tail in your screens on the perimeter. Yeah. Sincere Brown finally broke one, but how many times did that play work last year versus this year? There was a tail in that. I don't think all of these guys just became all-pro cornerbacks in the Big 12. Every team you played, there was a tail somewhere in there, and I think that's one of the things that Colorado will look in there and say, are some guys getting our signals? I think that's a really real thing, and I think it's something that they'll have to evaluate as well.
Which is crazy when you think about it. They all wear headsets. And most of your adjustment, the headsets turn off at 15 seconds. So I'm guessing whenever you want to make some last minute tweaks, people are catching it. So that's a good point. But you did see life in the offense when you switched quote unquote play callers. Prime said a change was made. Y'all just don't know it. I don't announce it. I just do my thing and we go play. Yeah, Coach Bartolone looked like he was the one calling plays, and it looked a little bit better. But yet and still, when your line falling apart, it ain't helping. I mean, Juju was trying to play good ball for him, but what's that? They only gave up 4 sacks in this game, which isn't bad. But
he I mean, literally, if he was a sitting duck, that may have been 8, 9.
Yeah.
I mean, if he didn't, some of those sacks, he literally evaded with perfect pocket presence. We're talking about climbing the pocket, rolling out, evading pressure. And then they just started collapsing the pocket from the inside, and he just had to say, okay, I got to bail and get rid of the ball. But you didn't see the 30-yard loss, right? You didn't see just keep running back. And I think that's a win for Juju. Valuable experience as well.
No, that's huge experience. What you need as a player of his caliber that's going to eventually take over, you have to you're going to have to be able to show those skills, especially if you want this team to be better. But man, I don't even know what to even think more about these buffs going forward. Season's done. The question is, what do you do after this? Like, what's next? Like, how do you prepare? You're going to be preparing for Kansas State. Kansas State is not that good, but at the same time, your defense is just atrocious. You get gashed, unfortunately, by Raleek Brown. And I think for me, man, the one thing that really got me, and it got Prime as well, he pointed this out, was the self-inflicted wounds. You get 4 turnovers, you only get 3 points. At some point, you got to capitalize when the defense is doing something. But then, of course, the defense eventually laid down at the end and gave up, 255 yards rushing to one dude.
He hadn't done that all year. That was probably a quarter of his
yards.
That actually was more than a quarter. That was about 35%. That should have put him at over 1,000 yards for the season. I think he was at like 850.
He's at 1,078, and that 250 is roughly just about a quarter.
Yeah, right. Yeah, 25% one game, and before then, you look at 255 and they're at 1,078. I mean, dog. If you look at his game log before then, he hadn't been over 100 yards. I don't think in 5 games.
Yeah, TCU was his last game that he got 100 yards, and that was back in September. No 100-yard games in October, and 3 games in October, 3 games in November. The only one was the Colorado one.
And when you look at how he got his yards, it was undisciplined tackling on the second and third level.
Misses.
Tackles. I mean, some bad ones where it's like, all right, dog, we got to get back to the basics of, are you being a willing tackler? There's a difference between missing the tackle and not even being willing.
Yep.
I've seen some guys where it's like, all right, you missed that tackle, bad feet, you didn't wrap up, okay, but you went to go tackle. Some of these are just like business decisions were kind of being made, and he's not even that big of a guy.
Brown is not 5'9", 195-ish.
Yeah. I mean, now, I'm not taking anything away. Sure, him running at that speed brings a lot of force, but
still. You're a college football player.
Come on, dog. A power 4.
Yeah, you are a power 4 college football player. There were 16 missed tackles counted by PFF. That's a lot in one game.
Yeah.
So at this point, it's like you said, changes are going to come. Coach Prime's going to have to make some adjustments and whatnot. Speaking of adjustments, I want to talk about the excitement of Shedeur, man. He got his first full start as quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. Thank y'all for pulling up. Hit the like button on each channel. If you're new to the channels, please subscribe. Check out Dukes the Scoop here on YouTube, as well as Primetime College Football for your boy here, Jay. Dukes, we've got to talk about Shedeur, man. He went out there. I'm not that surprised in this, personally. Kind of had a feeling that this was going to happen in his favor. They did, play the Raiders, which I put a video out and talking about it a little bit. They kind of did him a favor. They gave him a really bad team to get out there and cut his teeth in the NFL. But at the same time, these are NFL players. We're not going to discount the fact that just because the Raiders suck, that he's not playing against NFL guys. These dudes are NFL dudes.
For sure.
But finishing 11 for 20, 209, a touchdown and a pick. He looked like he had solid command of the offense, man. When you watched him, how did you feel about Shedeur in this action of being the first quarterback in 17 tries to win a game in their first start for the Cleveland Browns?
Man, I just think it's phenomenal that he was able to have the poise that he had coming off the performance that he had last week.
Yeah.
The Raiders, they aren't the Ravens, but when you go look at the actual stats, they ain't far off. And when you look at the rankings and where they sit, they aren't far off of the Ravens. The Raiders presented a challenge, and Shedeur was able to pass. Did he have a perfect day? No. Was the interception bad? Did he get fooled by a linebacker? Yes. Do I think that linebacker can pull that same move this week? No. Now he knows I need to make sure he goes to the flat before he jumps back, right? Mm-hmm. Look him back into the – see, now, even on that play, you had a guy in the flat, then you had the hitch. All right. Yeah. He thinks the guy is running to the hitch, running to the flat, so he takes the hitch. The guy takes a false step and goes back. He baited him. All right. It's just like on the fast. We playing basketball. You're on a fast break. You got a 2-on-1 and you the one on defense. All right. The natural thing to do back in the day, or the popular thing to do, was to fake like you were going to the ball handler, take a step at the ball handler, and then already be working towards the pass when he throws it, and you baited him into throwing that pass.
Yep.
The worst thing that made you look worse for trying that was when the ball handler faked the pass and you went flying, and now it's an easy layup. So what if Shedeur now adds that to his repertoire in the same manner, which says, you know what? I'm going to look like I'm throwing this hitch. I might even give him a little shoulder, and I'm going to dump it off. Now that linebacker goes flying and you got a 7-yard gain. Those are the type of lessons that you can only get from playing. From knowing what, like, from guys playing those one-on-one games in space. So I think Shedeur, this was way more valuable than the stat line. I think he learned that interception taught him something is going to save him 10 more. Because the mistake that he made was something that was visible. It was something that he sees, and he wants that one back. Outside of that, I mean, I think what he did more than anything with excited guys like Myles Garrett was him actually taking shots down the field.
Yeah. He's the only one that's done it so far really this year, period. That 53-yarder, that was a dime. That was a beautiful just dart right into the breadbasket. It's where you wanted it. Yeah. Right? The receiver was able to catch it and keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't get
all he has to do now is to continue to stay positive, right? When I say positive, I mean yards. Don't get into I'm going to make the play regardless and take an 18, 19-yard loss. You can't do that.
Nope.
Take that out of his game. Continue to dink and dunk until you get your opportunities. And when you get your opportunities, you nail them. And that's what he did. When he had guys running free down the field, he found them. Even the Jerry Jeudy pass. How much different does the game look if Jerry Jeudy holds on to that ball? We'll never know. But how much momentum would that have given him?
That's true. That is very true.
Yeah, so I think it worked out how it was supposed to, but I was really impressed with Shedeur, especially as he even stated himself, 1 week of practice. Imagine a whole offseason. I thought about it like, man, this is one night. Imagine the whole summer lit. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I guess the question for me now is, do the Cleveland Browns actually invest in him and try to build something with him? Or are they going to do as the Cleveland Browns would typically do and basically tank the rest of the season and go draft another quarterback? Go after, if they end up with a top 5 pick, try to find a way to get Fernando Mendoza or something like that.
Man,
Should they? No. Will they?
Get Jordan Tyson with that pick. Go get whoever the top receiver is. Go get him somebody. Go get him a one. Go get him a big-bodied one. Let Jeudy be the slot guy. Let Isaiah Bond be your speed guy on the perimeter. Go get you a big-bodied one where he could throw the ball, get in the vicinity, who can win one-on-ones. And man, go get Carnell Tate. I don't know. Go get somebody who can be a true one. I think you do that. I think you see a different Shedeur. I like Harold Fannin. I think he's your tight end of the future. Get him a look. Get him another tackle, and get him some weapons. I think he'll.
I was about to say, if you don't spend on that wide receiver, go get you one of the best tackles in the country.
Yeah,
period.
I mean, you got options, man. But I wouldn't spend any more capital, man. Like right now, you're stealing money. You got Shedeur as a 5th rounder. Man, the financial ramifications of being able to pay somebody like that, that's how you win Super Bowls. The Seahawks did it.
That part.
Brady did it. You can go on and on about rookie quarterbacks on that rookie scale who were able to save their team's money before they got their big deal, and they were able to get a bunch of free agents or get people to come and want to play. Shedeur doing what he has to do can be the best thing that happens to Cleveland, and you got him at the price of a 5th rounder. He's going to make his money. He's just going to get it off the field. You're saving. If I'm Cleveland, I figure out a way. Shedeur has to make me realize that he wasn't supposed to be a number 1 pick. He's got to make me. Because look at the value you get and what you can surround him with if you don't have to spend that pick on a quarterback.
Right. That is the big thing that I hope Cleveland pays attention to and recognizes that the biggest option they have is, just as you said, this is the Seattle Seahawks effect right here.
Mm-hmm.
This is them getting Russell Wilson a few rounds in. He wins out, over Matt Flynn in camp. You pay the cheaper QB, but then you just keep building pieces around your run game and your defense.
Legion of Boom.
There you go. You just keep adding to all of that and just let your quarterback, let him be a game manager to start. He's young. He's young in this league. Let him take the time it needs to, like I said, just be a freaking game manager, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like,
Yeah.
I know it's a negative connotation for a lot of people out there, but most quarterbacks in NFL are game managers anyway. It's not. It's very hard. It's the hardest. It is one of the hardest positions to play. I mean, shit. Playing NFL football is hard in general. So
Right.
yes, it's tough.
Yeah.
So what your goal should be is to build, now that you have a quarterback that's, I mean, you've got 3 quarterbacks. You've drafted 2 quarterbacks this year. You're probably going to keep both of them. So if this case, why don't you go ahead and just invest in surrounding Shedeur with an elite defense? Well, hell, surround Myles Garrett with more elite components. Focus on, get a few skills positions that are young and get a good line. Run down their throat. Have your quarterback just manage it for his first couple of years as he's growing into the game. And let that defense ride it. Hopefully they're smart to do that. But have we seen Cleveland ever be smart to do any of that stuff?
I don't know, man. It's tough, boy. It's tough. I tell you one thing. I was glad to see Coach Prime there, because we do know Coach Prime did say he don't give a darn about the Browns. But he looked to be in good spirits. They allowed, he was in the building. Even though it was Vegas, he was still in the building. So I think I like to see that relationship. I really do. Because he's a good ambassador for the game, and I think he should be welcome everywhere. And he should feel comfortable everywhere. And I think the Browns are starting to make things right. Now it's just up to Shedeur to go out here and prove everybody right.
Yeah. Prove himself right. Really not even concern himself with the haters, but really prove himself right and show that he's got it. Now, Stefanski has said that he is the starting quarterback going forward. Well, next week against the 49ers. Smart, you do it for the rest of the season, but I digress, especially if Stefanski wants to keep his job. But here you go. He's got the 49ers coming up, who's playing on a short week, which that's pretty advantageous, especially with as unhealthy as they've been as a team. I am not concerned about what happens in that one. I think it's going to be a good game, dog. I think that Shedeur should be able to, at home, he's going to really rally the fan base at the crib. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll make sure to set up and watch that game. That's all you're going to see. All right, let's talk some more college football, man. It's the coaching carousel is getting crazy, so we've definitely got to jump into that. Thank y'all for all pulling up. Hit the like button if you're new to the channels. Subscribe. Check out Dukes the Scoop. Follow him at Dukes the Scoop. Instagram, Twitter, everywhere, as well as here on YouTube at Unfair Sports on X. Follow me, Primetime College Football channel, as well as on X. Also, Dukes.
Yep.
What the hell's going on with Lane Kiffin, dog? Why that man like drama so much? Like, I don't get it.
Hey, man, let me tell you something. Heavy is the head that wears the crown. But also heavy is the influence of the crown. He's the guy. He's who everybody wants. Nobody has to want, like, nobody else in the country can do this, because who else? There's only probably one person in the country who could do this, and that's probably Dan Lanning. Outside of that, I don't see 3 top SEC schools wanting anybody else. Maybe Kirby Smart could do it if he came back. Nick Saban could do it. There's a very short list of people that could have the University of Florida, LSU, and potentially Bama all on pins and needles with his decision. And Ole Miss, excuse me. He's got 4. Now, the Bama stuff, there are rumors floating out now that if Kalen DeBoer takes Penn State, then Lane Kiffin would be the number 1 choice at Alabama. Would he prolong his decision at Ole Miss, or would he commit to Ole Miss? Bama comes open, and now he's the guy at Bama. I would think that Bama would be his number 1 choice. Being, he's worked there. But I don't know how much influence does Nick Saban have there. Who knows? Does Nick Saban bring him back and say, all right, you weren't ready the first time, but you're ready now?
Yeah.
Who really knows? But nobody has the resume Lane Kiffin. He's a very, very unique guy at a young age still to do the things that he's done. Nobody, not one person. I don't even know how Lane Kiffin pulls all of this stuff off, dog.
I don't really get it.
This man was the head coach of Tennessee already.
And I'm trying to figure out how he ain't blacklisted yet, dog.
That man was the coach of Tennessee already. He's already done that. He's already got the big destination job.
Yeah.
Look, this man was also the coach of the Raiders. Bro, how has he been the coach of the Raiders and Tennessee
and USC?
And I forgot he was at USC. This man, he don't care.
He's been at a lot of pretty big programs, and the Tennessee situation was, of course, disgusting. Gets the school investigated on violations and stuff, bounces out. And, I mean, he has to go to Nick Saban's coach, school of rehabilitating head coaches for a couple years to get, people back on his side after the Tennessee fiasco and USC getting left on the tarmac. Granted, that was very much, it was deserved. He should have been fired for that situation. But anyway, I don't understand how this man's been blacklisted for all of this, the drama that he has created with just about any coaching situation. I get, the arguments of, well, he hasn't said anything. Everybody else is saying stuff, blah, blah, blah. Cool. This dude is creating and implying a lot of this stuff, dog. Like, you can tell. Like, all you got to do is just say you committed to it. And what you're doing is breaking these folks' hearts just as much as if you would say, I'm going to stick around, I ain't going nowhere, and then bouncing. It's all the same. But you got a playoff contending team, Dukes. Playoff contender. They could easily go to the playoffs. Here we are.
Well, do I hear...
correction. They're in the playoffs. All they got to do is win the Egg Bowl. They're in the playoffs.
Do I hear 14 million? How important is this year? Do I hear 14.5? All right, well, we'll see. Okay, y'all. 15? Do I hear 15? If I hear 15, we can put this to bed. I mean, when you got the leverage, and you got to hit it, this is very important. James Franklin last year was in the college football playoffs.
He was. He really was.
James Franklin came in as the number one team in the country.
Yep.
James Franklin is at Virginia Tech. That's how bad. Last year, Arkansas was seen as a team like, oh man, they 7 wins. Okay, they found their stride. They all got fired. I mean,
fired.
Brian Kelly, 5-3 this year, fired. So when you got it and people loving you and people like you, you got to take advantage because they will chew you up and spit you out. So personally, I ain't mad at them, man. Do your thing, Lane. I ain't tripping.
Me either, man. I just can't believe that the circus is continuing.
Man, only thing I can't believe is, man, how the hell Mel Tucker ain't get another shot yet?
Bruh. He I mean, Art Browse just got a head coaching job at like Eastern Michigan or something.
Art Browse got a job. Bobby Petrino is a candidate for Arkansas. I mean, Hugh Freeze just got fired and just got a nice buyout. Come on, dog.
Especially with his background. Yeah.
Bro, not to keep it. DJ Durkin is up for the Auburn job.
Yeah.
I know he sent a freaky text message. But damn, dog. Tough, dog.
Tough.
He can't snip a job right now.
Not at all.
0.
That is
what it is.
Wild.
So when they love you, they love you. When they love you, they love you. When they don't, they don't.
Mm-hmm.
And he got all that money. And they figured it out. Oh, finna get that up out of here. We ain't paying none of that.
Not nan nutter.
Not a nan nothing.
Not a now nutter. It's getting paid. And nope.
Oh.
Hopefully Mel Tucker. He ain't working anywhere right now, is he?
Man.
He ain't nobody's staff, is he?
Working on insanity, I think.
Psh. I mean, he ain't been a coach since 2023. Dang, bro. He got fired in 2023. Ain't done nothing since. He was a Big Ten Coach of the Year in 2021, dog.
So, like I said, when you figure it out, hey, man, when you get your opportunity, you got to hit it. You got to hit it. Because it could change real fast.
Real fast. So, yeah, I guess with Lane and this whole situation, man, and how ugly things are getting in this coaching carousel, I guess if he... Yeah, I don't know. I ain't know what to think in this circumstance with him, but same time, man, if LSU misses on him, who do they go after? If Florida misses on him, who do they go after? We just kind of talking about this in the green room, but I'm really thinking about it. Who do they go after?
Man, I think Eric Moore is gonna make somebody pull the trigger on him. And they just putting up too many points. The offense look too good. Somebody who wants to score some points. Somebody's gonna pull the trigger on Eric Moore. Alex Golis, I think you got to consider him. I think Glenn Schumann is gonna. Somebody's gonna consider Schumann. It's time. Been with Kirby 18 years now. It's time he gets it. When you look at what Dan Lannon has been able to do, yeah, two different personalities, but I think Schumann has enough. He's recruited well enough, and he's seen what it takes to build the right team around him to get the players. I know this to be true. So I would say, yeah, Schumann is going to be a guy who gets a couple phone calls. It just makes sense, right? You go look at the winners, and then you go look at who helps you win. I think Brian Hartline is going to get a job. Is going to get a call. Let Narduzzi at Pittsburgh. I think we talked about this a while back. I said, watch Pitt. Let them beat Miami. He's going to get a phone call. He's going to force his way into the Penn State conversation if he beats Miami. Guaranteed.
I'm surprised Narduzzi hasn't really been looked at before. Like, he's been there for years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What, 7 years there at Pitt at least?
Yeah. And he's already got one 10-win season under his belt. Well, but he had Kenny Pickett, right?
Yep.
So, here's another 10-win season. You got to start looking around and saying, okay, what could he do with more?
Yep, he did. He had the 11-win season in 2021 and then a 9-win season in 2022 right behind it. Sucked in 23, but 24 he came back up. So he's been the roller coaster ride. 8-5, 8-5, 5-7, 7-7, 8-5, 6-5 in the COVID year, 11-3, 9-4, 3-9, 7-6, 8-3. So it's a consistent.
Yeah. You catch it while it's hot. He's shown that he can. A program who hasn't been winning. If I'm an Auburn fan, I would do anything for that last 5 years.
Yeah. Since
2020. Just give me an 11-win season, something I can remember, another 9-win season.
Just one.
Man, we haven't had a winning season in Auburn since Gus Malzahn.
Oof.
Yeah. And if you mess this up, and I keep saying it, this has to be this is the most important hire since I've been watching Auburn. I started watching Auburn exclusively in 2000.
Mm-hmm.
In the past 25 years, this is the most important hire.
It's a good point. I didn't realize that. Yeah, Gus was the last one.
Dog, the next guy come in and doesn't have a winning season over the next couple of years, you put yourself in danger of going an entire decade without a winning season. That's a whole generation of kids who won't see Auburn as a winning team as a youth.
Wow.
Yeah. Auburn is Auburn to us because we know it. These kids don't know the Auburn that we know. Nope. The logo doesn't look the same to them as it does to their parents. It's going to be impossible to recruit after a while.
That's true. Does anybody try to poach Prime?
I don't think this year, just because of how it went. But I think he rebuilds his value, and you hear it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think he won't.
Still waiting to see with Florida State. Now, like Norvell's he's going to keep his job. So we ain't hurt. No change at Florida State, no change at Baylor. Those are the two coaches that got the seal of approval. Somebody else got the seal of approval too that they're going to be back next season. But yeah, kind of surprised me that. I mean, let me see. What was it? South Florida wanted Prime. They were in the running for him between them and Colorado, and he ended up picking Colorado because he knows Rick George. But yeah, that'd be interesting. Now that the AD's out, I wonder if someone would try to woo him away from Colorado. It's interesting.
Yeah, interesting.
Something to think about. All right. We'll appreciate y'all pulling up as usual, talking ball. Dukes, Jay, follow both of us. Dukes the Scoop everywhere on the interwebs. Follow me, Primetime College Football, here on the YouTubes. And yeah, we'll get back with y'all sometime next week. Happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy some food, enjoy some family, enjoy some faith. And we'll see y'all soon. Peace.